in the absence of clarity around your purpose, in the absence of clarity around your values, in the absence of clarity and commitment around your passion, it is impossible to distinguish the difference between an opportunity and a distraction. I'll do my best to go on all the breaks and sign the books, because then you'll feel guilty enough to read at least one page, right? And that's all I ask, is one page. If you read that first chapter, you will find right there in the first chapter that no amount of luck, saving, discipline, rate of return, financial advisor, or anything can save you if you can't conquer the one concept I talk about right there in the first chapter. And unfortunately, this one concept is one of the things that holds people back financially more than anything, and it's called scarcity. It's fear, it's doubt, it's worry, it's I can't afford it, I don't have the time. These are the voices and the sounds of scarcity. You have to be committed to a different level of conversation and committed to a different level of action. It can't be one of reason that you don't have the time. Look, you don't have the time. I didn't have time to go to Dallas every 3 weeks. I made the time. I'm committed to this. I understand what it is that you do. But you know what? I'm also tired of hearing about these miracle stories. I don't want chiropractic to have miracle stories. I want them to have stories every single day that everyone knows about. Not that it's the last resort. But money can't be your reason or excuse or your concern or your obstacle. We have to get to the point where finances are no longer the same myths that we have in health. It is your responsibility. It is your duty. Because when you have money, and when you don't have financial constraint and concern, then you have the ability to hire people. Then you have the ability to get your message out there. Then you have the ability to turn someone away if they don't appreciate who you are and what you offer, because they need you more than you need them. And I want you to have that money in that situation. No more fear, concern, and worry, but instead confidence, clarity, and peace of mind. That you make money for creating value and that you understand the value that you create. That's my objective. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm here to be a stand to do. And even though I may be only on stage for a period of time, that's why I want to put the books in your hand. Open it up. If you have a retirement plan, you might need to pull a wastebasket next to you on this page, you know. You might make sure that you're sitting down. You know, it's a very symptomatic way of handling it. It says, someone says, I'm paying way too much in tax. Well, here's a good idea. Defer tax. Put your money into a plan that you don't own, by the way, that's controlled by the government, FBO, for your benefit. And then one day, someday, you can take it out. By a show of hands, who plans on being more successful in the future? Who thinks the government might raise the taxes in the future? I want to see everybody up there. Are you raising your hands? All right. If you think you're going to be more successful and they're going to raise taxes, then why would you defer it to the future? That's a symptomatic way of handling your finances versus understanding. You're the greatest asset. How do you invest more in yourself? How do you build your business with the right people, with the right processes, with the right procedures? How do you add more value versus only looking at the volume? You know, how do you add more value so that patients get it, so that you're their health advocate, so that you're taking a stand for them, so that you're in the fight with them, and that you're not afraid to say anything, wondering whether they think that you want money or not. Look, it's your duty. I want to make sure that whoever talks to me says, this is what I recommend, not based upon what they think I can afford, because when I come into the office, I look like a hippie. I got long hair, I might be wearing some sweats. All right, so here's a little thing from the Green Book that Dr. Dan Yachter found for me. I think this is pretty profound. Here's what BJ had to say on this. He's getting interviewed. You must be making some money in this big institution. How do you invest it? His answer was typical of the man. I don't invest in anything beside my own work. I shy from all other investments. My heart is in no other business. I would say it this way. In the absence of clarity around your purpose, in the absence of clarity around your values, in the absence of clarity and commitment around your passion, it is impossible to distinguish the difference between an opportunity and a distraction. And you cannot afford distractions. Most people are investing, but it's actually gambling. They're putting their money into mutual funds, which, by the way, the acronym for mutual funds is MF. I think they're MFers, those mutual funds. I mean, did you know that the #1 holding in mutual funds last year was Pfizer and the #3 was McDonald's? Is that what you want to support? Your money counts, your vote counts. What about putting it in a boardroom that you understand? Not in a stock that you don't know what's going on, but in your own business. To improve your equity, to improve your cash flow, to hire the right team, to get the proper education for yourself, to get the office space that you love and that you deserve and that can serve more patients. Invest in your community, not in the companies that are very much against everything that you stand for. I went on CNBC. When I was on CNBC, they said, hey, what do you think about the market in the next 10 years? I said, I think it's going to be up and down, but ultimately it's going to suck, and people should start investing in themselves. And I didn't get invited back. But I thought it was the best Christmas gift I could give because that was on December 24th. And I remember Pat Gintempo and Jared Yellen were working out, and they called me up, and they're like, dude, we just saw you on CNBC. I'm like, yeah, that'll probably be the last time, but I made it count.